We are back, YouTube. My wife's got the giggles. Ugh. We are back for part 2. Trying to crank it out. We're about to leave this weekend, so I'm trying to get it out as fast as possible. Otherwise, it'd be delayed another week or so. So we're grinding. It's late at night, so hope you guys like the new mic. Also got some hate on the layout that it's so annoying, and
they hate it.
people are like, "Oh, it's so annoying and distracting." I'm like, bruh.
Okay, so go back to the other one.
No, we're keeping it. They can suck it up.
You like that one that much?
I mean, yeah, people say it's like easy to see.
Oh, so there are people who like it.
Yes, I'm getting both. Anyway, we're gonna hop right into it. Another 20 minutes or so. Are you ready?
Yep.
Do you remember where we stopped?
I think they're about to play the college NCAA championship.
Correct.
I'm so curious to see who won, because honestly, whoever won the first game just wins.
LSU. I think you said no. LSU.
What? Indiana State and
yeah, I know the teams,
Michigan.
but someone put in the comment that we were talking over, and one of the teams is 33-0, and we didn't hear that part.
Oh, like going into this game?
Yeah. So
we missed it.
Yeah, we need to shut up. I get it.
Sorry,
I get it. All right, ready? Let's do it.
Of fans, and more importantly, of Michigan State.
Turn
We
it
actually
up.
had 2 men on Larry everywhere he went.
There he is, Dick. Look at they having sandwiched it completely.
I'm surprised they didn't play a box on one. You know, 4 guys on Larry and 1 on the other 4, because they didn't have a lot of talent. You know, if you stop Larry, you pretty much stop.
You know what's crazy? There's a whole. It being your shot. This is a whole NBA. I just watched an NBA video. That's why I'm saying that. But like, this is a Division I college team, and they're saying there's no talent. Like, how does that?
Because they had never been to the NCAA tournament, and Larry Bird comes on the team.
I mean, if
And
they're
they're in a
Division I, they gotta
championship.
have some kind of talent. Come on.
Stop them.
Look at the pressure around him. 2-3 men, and he's short.
Hey, air
I
ball.
didn't play well at all. Biggest game of my life, I didn't play well.
Way short.
I think our length and our size, our jumping ability was able to bother him.
Bird hanging. Can't score.
I didn't shoot well. Missed, I think, 3 free throws.
He still remembers.
Larry Bird has had a cold shooting night.
I battled him, but I didn't have it.
Look at Johnson. Reloaded the pass.
Oh wow.
Michigan State
They
University.
creamed them.
Not really.
1979.
Magic, not only were you leader on offense, I thought you did a great job.
They
on
beat him
Larry
by
Bird
what,
in the zone
11?
denying him the ball.
Yes,
Creamed them.
Coach gave us a good game
Creaming.
plan to go against Larry Bird, and all we had to do was go out and do it. That's what we done.
And congratulations.
You know how much pressure that is on Larry?
Yeah, I feel bad. Okay, I take back what I said.
What?
That whoever won this won the rivalry.
Oh yeah, you're out of
know.
pocket for that
yeah,
one.
I take it back. I feel bad for Larry. Sounds
Yeah.
like he was the underdog, and it all got put on him, and they double teamed him. Like, what is he gonna do?
Oh, he would have been. He's probably pissed.
Yeah.
Super Bowl game.
It was over, you know. That was my 4 years. I was done.
Sad.
No, it still hurts. And when you win 33 in a row and you
Oh,
walk
they
into
were
the
in-
game, you know, you never know what to expect, but I expect to win. We didn't win. Toughest loss I ever took.
Toughest loss he ever
I
took.
knew it was going to haunt him
College.
because we were going to see each other a lot.
Here comes the legends.
The National Basketball Association, in its 33rd season, is troubled by diminishing crowds and declining television ratings, signs that fan interest may be waning.
If college basketball was flourishing at the end of the 1970s,
Oh
the pro
wow.
game was crumbling. After the golden era of Bill Russell and Jerry West in the 1960s, a merger with the
Quiz time. Who's Jerry West?
I don't know any of these people.
What do you know?
Nothing.
He's a logo, NBA logo. Jerry West.
Oh, wow.
The ABA in
I'm trying to remember
1976
what the logo
had
looks
led
like.
not only to new teams, but a new temperament.
Oh
It was
my.
a new league with new times, with
Yeah.
with individuals.
That's what I'm talking about.
They hit each other?
There was an argument made, plausibly, I think, that it was
What is this guy's
lack of league for the
eyebrows?
United States of America in the late 1970s.
You think about the Knickerbockers at the time. The running joke was it was the Knickerbockers. You know, it was that's what it was. It was the N-word.
It's turning off a lot of white customers that are coming to the game, you know.
Why?
I think there's a conflict between the white and the black, and I don't enjoy going to basketball and seeing all black players.
I mean, I think
Wow.
when they said too black, they meant not just in terms of color, but in terms of style.
George Gervin.
Let me get mine.
Ooh.
And the hell with yours.
Basketball for us was about the best moves. You wanted to be that big player that everybody talked about. You wanted to be the one.
Oh my
you didn't think about
gosh.
winning championships or
Baptism.
team play.
And those were just the issues on the court.
Cocaine.
The NBA had this image of an all-black league with a bunch of guys who did drugs. The teams were losing money, and they had no sponsors.
Wow.
They were
That's pretty much a
losing
death knell
money?
right there.
Wow.
That's crazy.
That you need your white superstars. You just need more white ball players on the team for the white fans to identify with.
And in the newest member of the Boston Celtics, that's exactly what the league appeared
Here
to be
comes
getting.
Mr. Birdsteers.
Hope he can help solve professional basketball's difficulties, which some say are compounded by a question of black and white.
I would never guess that
White hope.
they were struggling.
The NBA.
Yeah. That's so crazy. Because,
Yeah.
like, everybody watches NBA now.
I know. I saw a comment saying basically like Magic and Bird like saved the NBA.
Yeah.
So maybe this is like the
That's
story behind
crazy.
it. I'm excited. Let's get into it.
Well, you know, it's very hard to say.
Look at young Bird.
There's a lot of great white players around, and I just hope that I can just fit in as well as some of them that has fit in.
He ran
His
away
eyebrows are whack.
from that designation. He made it very clear.
Just want to
almost
take
from
some
day one,
scissors.
that he was not the great white hope.
You know, the great players are the black players, and they're the best.
Such deference meant little to black Celtics like Curtis Rowe, Sidney Wicks, and Cedric Maxwell, who looked at Bird and saw not the great white hope, but another case of great white hype.
He didn't impress me no more than any white guy I've ever seen play before. I think that you would
Famous
say that
last
most
words
black
till he played
players
them.
at the time were racist, in the sense that we did not think that you could find a white guy who could play better than any black guy.
When I walk in the first day of camp,
Look at that fit.
them guys were on the floor stretching, and here comes the white savior, here comes this, here comes that. I sort of enjoyed it because I knew I was going to battle them all day. But Curtis and Sidney didn't last long. They didn't even make it through the first practice, and they were cut.
Wow.
So then it was just Cedric.
I'm thinking, oh, he's slow, he can't get off a shot. He's not that strong. This is going to be a layup.
What?
Bam.
In the
Knocks down the
spandex shorts.
Maybe that was luck. Gets the ball again. Bam, knocks down another
It's a
jump
weird
shot.
shot.
Now
It's
I'm
butter.
thinking like, okay, hey, you know what?
Watch the
I'm
video
gonna beat
today.
This guy up. I'm just showing him what it's like. 20 feet away. Bam. 25 feet away. Bam. My mind just goes to, damn, this white guy can play.
It was a good thing, too. The storied Celtics might have been the winningest team in NBA history, but they were fresh off their worst season in 30 years. And in Bird, they had a player who was not only supremely talented, but tough enough to take on any challenge.
You know, I always played like everybody in the world was against me.
Yeah.
Everybody was against me. You should think up things to get me rattled before a game.
He knew how to fight. I know that from off the floor. One night, somebody was giving one of his buddies a hard time, and Larry went over and, said, hey, this is my friend, and this guy was a pretty good-sized guy. By golly, they go out back, and the guy turns and says something to Larry, Larry hit this guy, and I
He's a savage.
Oh my
hit him
god.
so hard. I go, whoa. He was from the old school, and that's how he played.
Larry Bird plays it to the hilt, baby.
Holy.
Played the game hard. Played rough.
Dr.
There was no
J.
frills about him. He came in.
Kurt
he threw
Rambis.
elbows. There was nothing smooth about Larry. New Englanders like that. They're hardworking people. They like that that's how people view them, and that's what Larry was.
Larry Bird follows his own shot.
That's insane.
They also like winners.
That's amazing. Oh my gosh, I know you're gonna.
How does
They
he?
also like winners. And when Bird led the Celtics to the NBA championship in just his second season, he was finally one of those too. Boston loved Larry Bird. It just wasn't so clear at first how much Bird loved the city back.
There's only one place I'd rather be, French Lick. Thank you.
Man, Larry was
What does
almost
that mean?
agoraphobic
I don't know.
in his treatment of anything outside his hometown.
He wanted to be the
Maybe
Wizard
that's
of
their
Oz.
town or
He
something? I
wanted
don't
to
know.
intimidate people and keep them
French
at
Lick.
bay. The further we are away from each other, the more I like it.
I had a nice little house. I had my little yard. I want to go from there to practice back. If we had a game coming up, I want to go there to the game and back home. It was all
Simple man.
basketball. My whole
He
life
kind of
was
makes me sad.
If he was
Why?
just sitting there with just
Oh, he just seems sad to me.
He was about his business.
Yeah, but I just like, there's more to life.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, if he's in the NBA, I guess he took that like, I'm here for a reason. Like, I'm gonna come out here. I'm gonna play the best I can. I'm not gonna be doing drugs, hanging out with wrong people.
Yeah, he was focused. He just seems like he has got some pent up anger. He's sad.
I mean, he's out there beefing people up.
I know,
Obviously, he's
that's
got
why I'm
some
like,
kind of
he's
anger.
got a lot to prove.
means you were looking.
He's just out looking for revenge after the college game. He's like, I'm gonna prove myself. That game was a fluke.
Around mumbling, trying to find things that we had in common that we could talk about. Now we started talking about basketball, started talking about players. It was, it was great. U.S. history? Nope.
You know, we forced passes, we made errors down the stretch.
Daily events? Nope.
I made the shot, and from then on we was up by
Just
2.
basketball.
And they had to get back in the game, which they did.
Politics? Nope.
Try to not do anything I can't do.
That
or
fit
do
goes
more
hard.
What I can do, I just go out and try to do my basic game.
He proudly dubbed himself the Hick from French Lick, and he looked every bit the part. But those who played him for simple did so at their own peril.
One of the great ways
That
I
stupid
think, of
eyebrow.
lining
Oh
up
my
with no money in
gosh.
your pocket is to think Larry Bird is dumb. Syntax is not intelligence.
Just wanna-
Unlettered is not stupid.
I
He's
just
got a
wanna
great
take
sense of
scissors.
humor. He just didn't show that to people. That didn't mean he didn't have it.
He did, however, allow the public one small indulgence.
You could come out on Saturday and watch him mow his lawn.
Huge crowd started to stop. Larry Bird's cutting grass in front of his house. It's like, he's mowing his lawn in the springtime.
Larry is about doing things himself. And I think it's one of the things that made him so beloved in Boston.
But as Bird navigated through his new world, he still had one eye fixed on a familiar foe in a faraway land.
Beef, 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 beef.
I don't understand how the guys kept everything in those shorts.
What tripped me out.
They're so short.
Why are you looking at his shorts?
I'm not, well, I'm just saying.
Oh my
they're so
gosh.
short. Like, I get scared.
Bruh.
Out was I'm riding, right? I'm riding in the limo and I'm seeing orange trees and lemon trees in people's front yards. I said, stop, I gotta go pick an orange. Are you crazy? I said, no, I gotta do this. And so I ran up like a scared little kid, grabbed the orange and ran back to the limo.
I bet that orange was
Never seen
fire.
an orange tree. I'd never seen a lemon tree. I was fascinated.
When 20-year-old Irvin Johnson arrived in Los Angeles in the fall of
Oh
1979,
wow, look at it back then.
he was a world away from Lansing, the only home he'd ever known. He was the #1 pick of the LA Lakers, a once dominant franchise stuck in mediocrity. In the stoic Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, the Lakers had talent, was energy. Irvin Magic
What just
Johnson
happened?
was only too happy to provide it.
Uh-oh, new face on the block. Irvin
Lit the place
Johnson.
up. Changed the franchise, changed the temperament. I changed it from the very first game.
That Kareem hook shot, man.
Here it was, the first game of a long season against the lowly Clippers. And Magic was embracing Kareem as if They'd just won their 10th straight championship. It was like, man, this is a different kind of dude.
He just looks happy all the time.
Yeah, he's like
From the
opposite
day
of
he
Larry.
arrived, he became the prince of the city. He reminded me of a guy who wakes up without an alarm clock. And that's what I used to always say. I want to be happy enough to wake up without an alarm clock because I want to go into my world.
He's the best smile.
He had it, what it is. As far as I was concerned, the it was not his ability or his size. The it was his attitude, was his leadership, was his mind. I mean, I don't have to talk about Game 6 at Philadelphia.
Magic Johnson will shove.
In his rookie season, Magic had helped lead the Lakers to the NBA Finals against the Philadelphia 76ers. In Game 6, with an injured Abdul-Jabbar back home in L.A., Magic played all 5 positions, scored 42 points, grabbed 15 rebounds, and dished out 7 assists.
Wait.
Wow.
Hey, he said 42 points, right?
No, 32.
Was his leadership, was his mind.
15 rebounds.
I don't have to talk about Game 6 at Philadelphia.
Magic Johnson will shove.
In his rookie season, Magic had helped lead the Lakers to the NBA Finals against the Philadelphia 76ers.
You'll see him, right?
In Game 6, with an injured Abdul-Jabbar back home in L.A., Magic played all 5 positions, scored 42 points,
42.
grabbed 15 rebounds, and dished out 7 assists, leading the
I was
Lakers
really
to the
hoping I was
championship.
right.
In just 4 years, he had won titles in high school, college, and the pros.
Wow, 4 years.
What do you have that makes you perform like this in these championship games?
Well, I don't know. Just I love to win.
Across the masthead of the Los Angeles Times the next day, it said, "It's Magic."
He was a star when he first arrived here, coming off the NC2A game. And quickly, during that first season, he became one of the stars in town. But that game put him on another level. That made him the star in town.
That's crazy.
It's funny how I wanted to meet the celebrities, but they wanted to meet me. I was
Wow.
like,
You know who that is? Please tell me you know who that is. Bro.
Am I supposed to know?
Yeah, you need help.
I've never seen that face. Well, who is it?
Who's that? You know who that is?
Me.
Who is that?
I was like,
Muhammad Ali.
Oh.
shocked.
Michael Jackson?
There we go.
Like, wow, you know who I am?
He was young, famous, and after Lakers owner Jerry Buss signed him to a 25-year, $25 million contract, very rich.
25 years?
20. That's what they did back then? 25-year contracts?
25 years.
That's insane.
How? Imagine.
Your life's gone.
How does he know, like, I'm sorry, I have so many questions. How does he even know his body's going to last him 45?
25, yeah.
25 years.
Wow.
So long
the kid
to
from
play.
Lansing was ready to sample a different kind of fruit.
Played 4 years of
His
college and
Playboy
were
boss
broken.
knew all the ripest trees.
I said, oh, I'm hanging with him. When they were coming into the box, and
There
he
it
had
goes.
10, 20 of them, and look, Irvin, which one you want? And I was like, oh, okay, it's like that? And then he said, I'm going to take you to the Playboy Mansion. What? The mansion? No, you're kidding. I said, yep. So I went there, and my first time, I'm backing up like, I can't believe I'm in, but I'm backing up away. You know, it's like, I'm scared to death. Probably 10 guys to 100 women.
No, she has it on.
Everybody think it's sex driven, but it's really not. You have dinner, then you watch the latest movie. And then, of course, I don't want to ever say that sex wasn't involved, because if you meet somebody, that's what you wanted to do. You did that.
This guy.
It's really a great experience to go up there. So
Look at that hit.
I had fun.
He came to L.A. like the Pied Piper. You know, people were giving him this and giving him that. But, he stayed pretty grounded to the game.
Everybody was getting high then, but you can't even smoke a joint around Magic.
He had real old school, down in the trenches work.
That's a
ethic.
tough fit.
And that was honed in him by his dad, Irvin Johnson Sr.
Magic was always this guy.
I'm
He
good.
never did none of that.
I'm good.
So I did everything for him.
Magic
I have a
Johnson
lot
was
of
living
respect
on
for
a
that.
natural
Yeah.
high. He
For
was
Magic.
starring in the role of a lifetime. point guard of a Hollywood team with an offense called Showtime.
Showtime.
He even had the alter ego perfect for the production.
I mean, Magic was his stage name. Even he would laugh about it.
Well, he always says, there's
Look
two
at that
people. There's
commercial.
Irvin Johnson from East Lansing, and there's Magic Johnson from Hollywood.
Irvin Johnson is another guy. You know, here's Magic over here, and here's Irvin over here.
Irvin is this fun-loving guy.
What the?
Magic was so serious and dedicated to his game, and he was a crazy.
Oh my gosh, kiss him
crazy
already.
Competitor
Scary.
and a crazy man.
Irvin, I think
He looks a
is
lot.
the-
Sorry, he looks a lot younger in his interviews than Larry does.
I think it was
And I'm assuming they're the same age. But I feel like he's just so young, spirited, and young, loving, and like happy. He didn't.
Larry's
age.
just like,
Yeah, he just looks sad.
get on my way,
and
let me mow my
tired.
lawn.
He's over it.
His 3 little blonde things. It looks like mine. Huh?
That's you, yeah.
smiling kid from Lansing. I think Irvin died about 25 minutes after the NCAA championship game.
Irvin doesn't have the ego that Magic has. Magic got a crazy ego, and winning is everything.
Who's this
And
guy?
Irvin
His
wanted
friend.
to, along with Magic, conquer LA.
After having led the Lakers to 2 NBA titles in their first 4 years in town, Magic and Irvin were well on their way.
2 different people.
I think Magic wanted to be friends with Larry Bird. He wanted to be friends with him on the World Invitational Tournament, and Larry just wasn't very receptive. I think he wanted to be friends with him during the Final Four. Larry wouldn't even go over and shake his hand. So
Wow.
now Magic's saying, well, what's with this guy? Everybody loves me. How come you don't love me? And then they get to their rookie year, the first time they play each other. Well, they have a very hard foul. And they have to be separated a little bit. And Magic's like, all right, well, the heck with this guy. You don't like me? Fine. All right, good. I don't like you either.
You know, he's a very competitive player, and I'm a very competitive player, and we go head to head, and we go for blood almost.
The vibe was nasty. It was ugly. It was we didn't like each other.
I'm the one that did all that. To tell you the truth, it was.
I love it. He
I
knows.
just want to be hanging around him. I mean, that was my main competition.
And he couldn't escape the memory of losing to him in 1979.
Wow.
Oh, it ate at him bad that he didn't win that national title against Magic. That was something, it just burned him.
He's
It was one thing
bitter.
for them to be in the 79 championship. Magic had the better team. Everybody agreed with that. Magic had the better game. Fine. Now you get to the pros. Larry has this incredible year.
Wow.
But there he is, watching in a club while Magic Johnson wins a championship, and he's thinking, all right, I'm behind 2-0 now.
I watched that game, and I couldn't believe it.
Ooh, tough finish.
I always wanted to play at that level.
But what Bird couldn't possibly have known.
So you're telling me him on the Celtics is in the crowd watching Magic Johnson in the final? That is like
That's
almost
like
borderline.
humbling.
Yeah, that's like.
It's very humbling. Yeah, he's like so bitter. He's like doesn't even want to be his friend. Like I feel like he's not even enjoying like just being
wants
that
to
good
win.
at basketball. Yeah, he like literally just can't get over the fact that he lost one game.
He's
out for some blood.
When he was named Rookie of the Year earlier that same day.
The PR person from the Lakers says, hey, Irvin, the Rookie of the Year voting has come out. And Magic says, okay, well, who won? He said, well, Larry Bird won. And Magic says, well, was it close? And he said, oh, no. He went out that day, yes, to try to win the NBA championship,
Wow.
but also to prove it to one Larry Bird. You know what? I should have been Rookie of the Year.
Even though I won the championship, I still wanted to win the Rookie of the Year too.
He won that championship. I was pissed. I wanted one.
But even after he had won one the next year, his obsession only grew deeper.
I'd get up in the mornings and see what he did because their games came on late. Then you look at the box score. I had to have him there for some reason. It's like a crutch, somebody I can compare myself to.
I hated what was
That's
being
sad.
said that Larry was
What?
better than me.
What do you mean?
That's just sad that like his whole life he was comparing himself to someone else. Like He was one of the best players in the world ever that will ever be talked about, and he's worried about like the one guy who's maybe as good as him.
He just wants to be the best winner. He would
That
beat
just
everybody.
shows you're never satisfied. People just
can never be
keep going. Yeah,
satisfied.
people just keep going and going and going.
That's why Bird was a freaking legend.
Game. My first 4 or 5 years, it bothered me a lot.
Smile.
I didn't tell nobody it bothered me, but it did.
Their competitive dislike emerged from a greater truth, that on the court, they were doppelgangers. Team-oriented stars who cared about winning above all else. Basketball savants who
Great
fused the
passers.
substance of the 60s
Ooh, that is
with the
smooth.
style of the 70s.
Dunk
to create a
him.
new and exciting, yet selfless way to play the game in the 1980s.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass. But I'm gonna pass in a way to make you look like a jackass.
Hat pass.
Hilarious.
They were so similar in the way they competed. I mean, they were two halves of the same brain.
Same crazy.
Good dunk.
To excel.
I seen that first couple days I was with him.
Basketball IQ off the chart.
Seen the game a little different, most players.
Playing the game the right way was everything.
A lot of guys can just score. A lot of guys can just rebound. A lot of guys can just make plays. We can do it all.
Larry and Magic could control the game with 12 shots. It was amazing. They'd be 7 for 12. They'd have 20 points, 15 rebounds, and 12 assists.
Just did it all.
Man, the guy shot the ball 12
That's
times.
crazy.
He was the best player on the court by far.
But I think it was tough at first. I don't think either one of them wanted to recognize that they had any equal anywhere in what they did. But they sure as hell didn't want to recognize that their equal happened to be that other guy.
That's why we hated each other too, because we knew we were mirrors of each other.
I'm gonna pause it right here.
I feel like, I wonder if they played so similar because they were both low-key obsessed with each other and watched each other and like modeled their game off of each other kind of without knowing because that was their competition. So they were like, I'm going to be just like them.
Yeah, like obviously, I'm sure they're tired of hearing about each other, but like when it's all over the news and everyone's talking about it, like you're like, oh, what's this guy about? And then you end up having the same
exact style of play.
Yeah.
Probably because Larry would wake up and the first thing he would do is check the box score and check his stats. That's crazy.
That's like, I guarantee nobody does that these days. No one cares.
Nobody cares. They're like, oh, I'm rich and I'm famous. And
we need to bring back the old school basketball, the 25-year contracts. Yeah, right.
Contract.
Oh, we're gonna pause it right there. I hope you guys enjoyed part 2. You were talking about it should be a part 5.
There's going to be 5 parts. There's no way we can do a 27-minute end. Like,
well, it's 27 minutes right now, so yeah. Boom, roasted.
Well, yeah, because with talking. But like 27 minutes of the video plus talking would be like 40-minute video.
Well, who cares? For the fans.
It'll be 5 parts.
Whatever. I hope you guys enjoyed part 2. It's getting juicy. It's getting to the beef. I'm excited. I don't know when part 3 will be, but stay tuned for that. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Hope you like the new mic. We're trying to figure out the whole headphone situation, stuff like that. I know she's annoyed of it, but
Whatever.
yeah, if you guys enjoyed that, part 2. If you haven't seen part 1, go check that out before you watch part 3, obviously. But like the video, subscribe if you're shorter than me, which should be 99% of the world's population, right?
I don't know.
What do you know? But we will catch you guys in the next video.
Later.